left-hand side if he can find the Spaniard Hotter, which he does. First touch for him. A lot of surface water there.
Yeah. I say it was a lot of water.
Back inside. Here's Judge on the left-hand side. Judge up towards the edge of the box. Nice little ding pass into Pritchard. Pritchard goes for goal. Oh, hits the post. Unfortunate there. Hit the edge of the post and went wide. Nearly. England under-21 international. Reading comfortable on the ball here, having most of the possession. Here's Norwood. Sees a run through the centre, but it's blocked by Judge. He was looking for the run of Blackman. Judge has done well. Hasn't really too many options though, the Irishman. Charging down that right hand side, he seems to have found another couple of yards of pace.
Yeah, I mean, he was absolutely terrific up to the 94th minute on Tuesday.
His industry really was unbelievable.
Yeah.
The throw's taken to the edge of the box. Hotter gets it back to goal though, looking for an option. Bidwell's available on this left-hand side, but that run is covered. So he can play it short to Douglas. Now Douglas can find Bidwell, but he's gone for the ball inside to Gray. Gray tries to roll his man, stays on his feet. Lots of water in the penalty area there that's coming up. We've seen here is Bidwell on the left-hand side. Can give it back to Douglas. Douglas back to Bidwell. Nice one too. Bidwell tries to roll his man, but just gets his foot caught in the grass there, and
so again, the water definitely held that up then, I thought.
Yeah. Here is Douglas, plays the ball to the far post, looking for Adebayo. Headed down into his path by Abita. Now Adebayo back to goal, goes all the way back to McCormack. Fizzes this one in first side, good ball, header comes down, must be! Potter scores! The hot Spaniard scores again! Brentford take the lead early on. It was a magnificent ball played in there by Alan McCormack, and it broke to Hotter, and he couldn't miss from there. Just played it into the far corner, didn't panic in front of goal, picked his spot. 1-0 Bees, 10 minutes gone. Great ball by Craw out to Blackman, but just showed a little bit too much of it, and Bidwell intercepts. Now here's Judge. Judge looking for options. Nice ball out to McCormack, takes it well. McCormack out to the far side to Adebayo, 25 yards outside the box on the right-hand touchline. It's halfway inside the Reading half. Oh, good ball into the box to Gray. He spins quickly, can't quite get back to the first touch, and Reading get it away.
Yeah, very good idea by Andre Gray there, but I think his first touch, the ball just bounced too far away from him to
just
turn and shoot.
Heavy.
Yeah.
Here's Cool. Oh, well blocked by Johnny Douglas, who wins it back. This is promising. Plays inside of Gray. Great chance for Gray to make it 2. Oh, is he taken down? Doesn't matter. Pritchard scores. 2-0.
I mean, I can't help believe that Andre Gray didn't have his foot clipped there, but we'll take that anyway.
Absolutely. We don't mind how they come to us. Like last week, we've taken a 2-0 lead. 31 minutes gone. It's Brentford 2, Reading 0. And what? Here is Mackie. Mackie plays the ball inside, no one challenging, that shot comes in, oh, and it's taken a deflection, it's gone back in, it was off Mackie. Mackie with the goal. One we'd have to see again, it took a deflection on the way, completely wrong-footed Button, and it's gone past his left-hand side into the back of the net. Play this one upfield, looking for the Brentford striker. Here's Adebayo, he's got pace to worry about. Adebayo running at goal on the left-hand side. Cuts back onto his left foot, gets his right foot, goes for goal. Good block by Federici. And Reading have to play it behind for a corner. 79 minutes gone. That was better.
That was a hell of a strike. I mean, the Reading goalkeeper couldn't hold on to that at all.
Now you can hear the Brentford crowd here. Corner going to be taken by Pritchard on that far side. Whips this one in to the far post. Dougie's there! That's it! It's 3-1, it's over the line, it's bounced back off the crossbar, and Johnny Douglas has got the all-important third goal, and that surely will be enough to secure the 3 points. 80 minutes gone, it's Brentford 3, Reading 1.
Shame it wasn't on the 77th minute, let's not be too greedy.
No, we'll take that one. Dougie was there against the bar, came down over the line. Roger, he's got the decision from his linesman, everybody up. Looked like it bounced well over the line.
It is with extreme sadness that we ask everybody to stand and rise whilst on the referee's whistle we observe a 1 minute silence to pay our respects to a young Hamill teenager, Alex Gross, whose body was found earlier this week after the 5-week search for her whereabouts. Our thoughts are with her family.
It's McCormack on the far side. Every victory means something to him. Tarkowski clears it upfield. This will break to Pritchard. Little cushioned header back to Judge. Judge has got room on this left-hand side if he can find the Spaniard Hotter, which he does. First touch for him. A lot of surface water there.
Yeah. So there's a lot of water come down.
Here's Judge on the left-hand side. Judge up towards the edge of the box. Nice little ding pass into Pritchard. Pritchard goes for goal. Oh, hits the post. Unfortunate there. Hit the edge of the post and went wide. Nearly. England under-21 international. Reading comfortable on the ball here, having most of the possession. Here's Norwood, sees a run through the centre, but it's blocked by Judge. He was looking for the run of Blackman. Judge has done well. Hasn't really too many options though, the Irishman. Charging down that right hand side. He seems to have found another couple of yards of pace.
Yeah, I mean, he was absolutely terrific up to the 94th minute on Tuesday.
His industry was unbelievable.
Yeah.
The throw's taken into the edge of the box. Hotter gets it back to goal though. Looking for an option. Bidwell's available on this left-hand side, but that run is covered, so he can play it short to Douglas. Now Douglas can find Bidwell, but he's gone for the ball inside to Gray. Gray tries to roll his man, stays on his feet. Lots of water in the penalty area there that's coming up. We've seen here is Bidwell on the left-hand side. He can give it back to Douglas. Douglas back to Bidwell. Nice 1-2. Bidwell tries to roll his man, but just gets his foot caught on the grass there, and
so again, the water definitely held that up then, I thought.
Yeah. Here is Douglas, plays the ball to the far post, looking for Adebayo. Headed down into his path by Abita. Now Adebayo back to goal, goes all the way back to McCormack. Fizzes this one in first side, good ball, header comes down, must be! Hotter scores! The hot Spaniard scores again! Brentford take the lead early on. It was a magnificent ball played in there by Alan McCormack, and it broke to Hotter, and he couldn't miss from there. Just played it into the far corner, didn't panic in front of goal, picked his spot. 1-0 Bees, 10 minutes gone. Great ball by Call out to Blackman, but just showed a little bit too much of it, and Bidwell intercepts. Now here's Judge. Judge looking for options. Nice ball out to McCormack, takes it well. McCormack out to the far side to Adebayo, 25 yards outside the box on the right hand touchline. It's halfway inside the Reading half. Oh, good ball into the box to Gray. He spins quickly, can't quite get back to the first touch, and Reading get it away.
Yeah, very good idea by Andre Gray there, but I think his first touch, the ball just bounced too far away from him to
just
turn and shoot.
Heavy.
Yeah.
Here's Call. Oh, well blocked by Johnny Douglas, who wins it back. This is promising. Plays inside of Gray. Great chance for Gray to make it 2. Oh, is he taken down? Doesn't matter. Pritchard scores. 2-0.
I mean, I can't help believe that Andre Gray didn't have his foot clipped there, but we'll take that anyway.
Absolutely. We don't mind how they come to us. Like last week, we've taken a 2-0 lead. 31 minutes gone. It's Brentford 2, Reading 0. And what? Here is Mackie. Mackie plays the ball inside, no one challenging, that shot comes in, oh, and it's taken a deflection, it's gone back in, it was off Mackie. Mackie with the goal. One we'd have to see again, it took a deflection on the way, completely wrong-footed button, and it's gone past his left-hand side into the back of the net. Play this one upfield, looking for the Brentford striker. Here's Adebayo, he's got pace to worry with. Adebayo running at goal on the left-hand side. Cuts back onto his left foot, gets his right foot, goes for goal. Good block by Frederici. And Reading have to play it behind for a corner. 79 minutes gone. That was better.
That was a hell of a strike. I mean, the Reading goalkeeper couldn't hold on to that at all.
You can hear the Brentford crowd here. Corner going to be taken by Pritchard on that far side. Whips this one in to the far post. Dougie's there! That's it! It's 3-1, it's over the line, it's bounced back off the crossbar, and Johnny Douglas has got the all-important third goal, and that surely will be enough to secure the 3 points. 80 minutes gone, it's Brentford 3, Reading 1.
Shame it wasn't on the 77th minute, but let's not be too greedy.
No, we'll take that one. Dougie was there against the bar, came down over the line. Roger, he's got the decision from his linesman, everybody up. Looked like it bounced well over the line.
Welcome to Griffin Park this afternoon for Under 21 Professional Development League 2 South. It's Brentford against Huddersfield. This afternoon. In a second, but welcome to us if you're joining us live or the stream of this afternoon. First, we move obviously just a lot of games live by YouTube. I know a few clubs. So fans involved. Right, we're right. Can't hear you at all.
Number 2, Emmanuel Wade. Number 3, Aaron Green. Number 4, Louise. Number 5, Daniel O'Shaughnessy. Number 6, Kieran Morris. Number 7, Charlie Hannes.
I think we may have some technical problems here. Not quite sure if we're coming over loud and clear at the moment as we were a second ago. So we'll carry on at the moment. Let's review the two teams out today. Anyway, Jack Bonham in goal for Brentford. Aaron Green left back. Manny O'Leakey will be right back. Daniel O'Shaughnessy and Kieran Morris are the centre back. Louis Hunt sits just above the back four in the Johnny Douglas role, if you like. On the left of midfield, Charlie Adam. On the right is Josh Clark. In the centre will be John Terrell and the classy Montel Moore. And up front, Sylvan Ebanks Blake. Interesting to have him here, Kieran. 61 goals in 177 appearances for the Wolves. But of course he's had some horrific injuries. And we haven't actually got him on trial. We are literally just helping him get himself fit again, and hopefully he'll get a contract back in football again.
That's right, Mark. Yes, I was speaking to Frank McParland. Obviously, he was saying that Sylvan's been around the clubs for the last 10 days, 2 weeks, training along with the first team, just a review of keeping his match sharpness up, getting a bit of fitness. Obviously, a couple of under-21s games obviously help him massively with that. I mean, with great championship pedigree, a goal in every 2 games in the championship for 3 seasons effectively.
Absolutely, 25 goals in 41 appearances. The last time Wolves went up, England under 21 international, was regarded as a future star in the Premiership, but has been blighted by injuries. But a chance to see what he can do this afternoon. Huddersfield will be lining up this afternoon. Lloyd Allison, Jordan Sinnott, Will Boyle, Sondra Tronstad, Joe Wright, Joe Wilkinson, Danny Carr, Philip Billing, Flo Bojaj, Oscar Govan, Matthew Crooks, and on the bench for them, Ed Wilczynski, Ben Atkinson, Ben Holmes and Adam Porritt. On the bench for Brentford, Mark Smith, very, very highly rated young keeper, Joe Maloney, Jermaine Udumaga and Tyrrell Miller-Rodney. We're set to start here. Brentford going to be kicking towards Seabrook Road in the first half here. Not what we're used to, but a crowd of about 1,000 here, so it should be a decent atmosphere for the players there this afternoon.
Yes, every boy in the academy was given a set of tickets to sell, and the two boys who sold the most tickets were allowed to train on the pitch with the under-21s in the warm-up. I think it was an under-12s goalkeeper and under-9s player who were the two willing parents, but I believe the figure I'm told is the under-9s as an age group sold 400 tickets on their own for today's game, which is very impressive for one group of boys to be selling.
Absolutely, and an impressive start there from Brentford. Good work down the right-hand side, Charlie Adams, trying to get his cross in, his first corner of the game to the Bees. And that's easily dealt with by Lloyd Allison, the flame-head keeper. Impressive move here by Huddersfield on this right hand side. This is Matthew Crooks. Easy for Brentford to clear that one. Up to Ebank's plate. Not sure he quite saw where the ball was coming down. There's Joe Wright. Pops up in the centre, tries to get out to Will Boyle. A little bit too heavy for him. I hope we're coming over loud and clear. You can join us on the Twitter feed this afternoon on Bees Player, at Bees Player, if you want to send any tweets in, we will read them out. Foul throw there, according to the referee. Don't see that very often.
I suppose when you get to this level of football, I think throw-ins are probably one thing you should have mastered by now.
Absolutely. I can't think the last time I've seen one, Kieran, in a league game. I've seen one or two that I thought were suspect. The referees used to be very hot on them years ago. You'd normally see one a game, not so much these days. It's first corner of the game for Huddersfield on the far side. They've got the highly rated Danny Carr up front for them, signed for £50,000 from Dulwich Hamlet. Had trials with Liverpool in a trial match against West Ham. Didn't quite reach the heights that were expected of him, but Chelsea have been looking at him, Leeds have been looking at him as well, Charlton. And he'll hope to carry on his good scoring record today. So one to look out for, Danny Carr, number 7. Corner is whipped in, they look a lot bigger bang. That could be the first goal of the game, it's just gone over the bar. Good header came in at the far post there, just over into an empty Ealing Road. Brentford take it fairly quickly. Ball has gone out on that far side. Same mindset as the first team, play it out from the back here.
That's something that's very, very evident throughout all the teams that you watch an under 9s team up to an under 21s team, they will all try and play exactly in the same Brentford mould of centre backs who are very comfortable on the ball, full backs who like to get forwards.
Questions for Clark. Oh, he scuffed it. Really disappointing there for Josh Clark.
Should have done better.
Adam saw the run, timed it to perfection with the pass. He did just take one touch then, steady himself and then hit it.
Yeah, but
just sort of stuffed it into the ground really.
You could see he was trying to do with the classic Thiago we finish, or open the body and put it wide, but never got the contact on it.
Wasn't quite as good as the Frenchman.
No.
Here is Josh Clark coming forward. Now, can he return the compliment here for... Over on the left-hand side is John Sorrell. First touch for Aaron Green. Ball played in the box again. There's Green. And offside again. But good football from Brentford once again.
You can see the four behind Silvan. You have Montel, John Sorrell, Chad Adams and Josh Clark. They're all very, very technically gifted ball players. All so comfortable in and around the ball and on the edge of that box there. As you can see, obviously they're comfortable as well swapping positions. You'll see Montel drift out wide, you'll see Josh drift inside, same with Charlie and John. So a real handful for Huddersfield's midfield to try and pick up guys who are shifting over that full line.
John Sorrell's got great pedigree, of course, with Arsenal. Here's Charlie Adam to Montel Moore, who's impressed in friendlies for Brentford. A lot of the fans speaking very highly of Montel Moore, as you do hear scouts everywhere as well. There's good work on the right hand side from Brentford. Here is Danny Carr. Good play at the back there. Comfortable on the ball. Joe Wilkinson. O'Shaughnessy. It's out muscled there. Carr tries to set away Matthew Crooks on the right hand side. Foul there. Not a difficult one for the referee to give. One thing here and clear for people watching this afternoon, it's a League 2 South game. Huddersfield, last time I looked, were very much in the northern part of the country. How does that happen?
Yeah, the Midlands haven't disappeared, but Huddersfield are still up in the north.
Look at this, it's wonderful move forward, sorry to cut the question. Nearly a superb corner. So we'll come back to that in a second, Kieran. Excellent run there by Charlie Adams, showing what he can do.
Charlie actually came through the futsal scheme, which was part of the community sports trust, and you can see how comfortable he is with the ball at his feet. He is the, to excuse the cliche, he is the midfielder that has the ball glued to his toe.
Huddersfield last time. Here's Hutton. Hutton with Manio Oliki. Oliki back into the box, looking for more. More as a shot. Snapshot just grabs it wide. Good play by Brentford. Huddersfield would probably come here as favourites. They've had a good start to the season, a much better start than Brentford have so far. Of their results, they've won at Bristol City, they lost at Crystal Palace and Crewe, but then they've won in the last 4 against Ipswich, Millwall, Mansfield and Barnsley. And Barnsley recently in the Premier League Cup, where they won 1-0. So a bright start from the young Terriers, but it's Brentford who've looked the better team here early on. Shaughnessy misses that, runs all the way back to Jack Bonham. Sorry, Kieran, you were telling us all about why we're playing a game against a Northern team, although it's League 2 South.
The effect of came sort of the start of last season, where a couple of the Midland sides, I know Derby were very keen on this. They actually thought 18 games was too few for their under-18s. So it was decided last year that all sides in the north and the south would play the side from the opposite division once, either home or away. So you went from an 18-game league to a 26-game league, and obviously that's continued this year. Last year it was only the under-18s who played the northern sides, but this year it's everyone. So we'll play. We've already played open game of the season up at Crewe. We've played Coventry at home and Sheffield Wednesday at home. We have got. We travelled up to Sheffield United and obviously Huddersfield down here. So that's now 5 of the 8 northern sides have been played. Still got to play. I think it's Leeds, Nottingham Forest, and it would be Barnsley in the under 21s.
And I expect you draw lots, don't you, in the media office, so who goes to cover the northern games?
Unfortunately, I'm getting the shortest short.
I thought you've got 4 lots, so everybody else is 1 in there.
Yeah.
You haven't clicked onto that one yet?
No, not yet, no. But it's, for a lot of the boys, especially those who haven't had a loan spell or featured for the first team, I mean, these northern trips are a very good sort of learning curve. I know the under-18s already this season have had trips up to Huddersfield and Barnsley, overnight stays, hotels before the game, pre-match meetings, learning about sort of staying overnight before the game. I know speaking to a few of those boys, it's really benefited them, and a few of the guys here like Charlie, Josh, etc. Louis Hart have all travelled up with the first team, but for guys like Montel who maybe haven't done trips before, these sort of overnight stays up north, it's just another sort of little part of their development before potential first team football.
Well, a lot of them will have had some experience, and John Terrell nearly nipping in there. Here's Hutton, good ball out to this near side to Clark, the speedster. Here's chance for Ewan break. Oh, good save by the keeper. Simon turned well there, good save by Allison. Passes the ball out to the right hand side. Entertaining game so far.
It has been. It's a very, very good crowd. I mean, the paddock from where we are looks very full. Most of the upper tiers of the Bremen Road look like they've got decently full as well. So it could be touching 4 figures of a crowd here, perhaps.
It's good for the players out there. Good atmosphere today, playing at Griffin Park. He did an interview with Lewis Hutton in I think on Thursday, which was up on the website, and he was talking in that about how they're going to go through the usual routine of meeting at the hotel and walking to the ground, and they'll have enjoyed this if it was the first time for a few of them playing here under those circumstances. I think a decent crowd.
Yeah, I think as well, even for guys who perhaps have played first team football out alone or elsewhere, it just sort of raises the profile of the game a bit if you're treating it like a bit of an extra game almost.
Well, Clark's done well here, under pressure he's won the ball back. There's Charlie Adams again, trying to dance through the midfield, there goes John Terrell. Manio Aliki, who's played many positions. Of course, he broke into the squad under Rossler a couple of seasons ago, showed great strength at times for the academy team, and very highly rated. But he's sort of switched from striker to midfield now to the right back position.
Yeah, he's almost following the Kevin O'Connor school of positions. But I know obviously he spent, I think, all of last season out alone at Aldershot. I know from sort of the whisperings on social media and sort of seeing their fan sites, they were very impressed at Aldershot last year. Obviously they had a difficult situation, 10-point deduction at the start of the season, and a lot of fans saying he played a big part in them overcoming that.
A local side. I expect a few fans have been trying to get their football fix, watching a few sides recent, nice and local to them. It's always interesting reading where the fans have gone on a day like today. Anything to get out of going to IKEA and Home Base. Other stores are to be avoided, we're told. Shot comes in from Huddersfield and that's wide. You don't really want to be doing those things on a Saturday here.
No, you want to be finding football somewhere.
Absolutely. Got to get your Saturday football fix for all the boys and girls who want to do so. And there's plenty here today. There's clearance upfield from Bonham. That's one back here by Oscar Goben. All the way back to Roy Anderson, just out of his area. Is Danny Carr coming deep?
You can just see their Brentford's pressing game. You look at four Brentford players in the within 25 yards of Huddersfield's goal, with Huddersfield in possession, really trying to win that ball back. Obviously it sounds an obvious thing to say, but the higher up the pitch you win the ball back, the less distance you've got to travel to score.
Here's Lewis Hutton, just plays it back to O'Shaughnessy. He does play for Finland under 21s, despite the Irish name, Irish parents, but let's qualify Finland under one of his parents, with his brother who plays for them as well. Now here on the right hand side is young Jordan Sinnott, son of former Terriers and Watford player Lee Sinnott. Now his Carr on the right hand side. Back to Sinnott again. An overhead kick there, that's out of play. Lee Sinnott always used to play with a headband, one of the few players early on. Eric Young of Wimbledon used to play with one, Lee Sinnott. Not too many others. A bright start to the game here, 14 minutes gone, good crowd, decent atmosphere. Here's Evans Blake, who's certainly played in much bigger games than this in his career, but having to kick-start it after injuries at such a young age still.
I suppose that's the thing you forget about Silva, in a sense. He's almost been around so long, you think he must be a lot older than he actually is.
And Sinnott with a took one for the team there. He's going to go into the book here, early booking. Mr. Con, not being Con there.
No, I'm not sure you can get away with that any part of the pitch.
He was away very, very quick, is Josh Clark, who was given his debut by Uwe Rosler in that game up at Derby, which didn't go down well with the fans as we went all the way up there for the Capital One Cup game, and we fielded a team of reserves. We got resoundingly beaten by Derby 5-0, could have been 10. And I think that was just the start of a bit of a building of a rift between the fans and Uwe Rosler.
It's probably fair to say that Derby game sort of didn't go down well amongst certain sections who travelled up that night.
Here's Montel Moore trying to win it back in the midfield. John Terrell feeding Clark to it, looking for options. Beautiful ball. Evans Blake, can he make it one? It is. What a good goal. Great team goal. Lovely ball by John Terrell. Shows what he can do. Just timed
Waited for the timed run by Evans Blake. Passed it straight to the corner, in off the post. Good goal. Brentford deserved to be ahead. 16 minutes gone. Brentford 1, Huddersfield 0.
I mean, that's just that little bit of extra class from John Terrell, obviously brought up at Barcelona and Arsenal. The perfectly weighted ball. Fantastic first touch from Sylvan. The ball was fizzed into him. He killed it straight away, got it out of his feet, and then finished off the inside of the post. Nothing the goalkeeper could do about that. Probably no less than Brentford have deserved for a very bright first 15, 16 minutes.
Yeah, it's been a good game. Everybody who's here has been enjoying it, I'm sure. If you wondered who that voice was in the background announcing the goal, it's Mr. Chapman doing the job of Peter Gillam today. And he's beardless as well. The beard has gone, but yours is still on.
Yes, it is. Well, the winter months are coming, I think. But Mr. Chapman's gone the wrong way round with his. He had it during the summer.
Surely it'll be
back, winter.
Back for November, won't it, when all facial hair is allowed?
Yes.
Brentford buoyed by that early goal against Huddersfield, who Louis Hutton said in his interview he's played against them since they were 9 years. He's been 9 years of age. They've always been a good team.
But you must, I mean, obviously you get that with the local derbies of academy football. I mean, someone like Joe Maloney was saying in the build-up that to the QPR game last year, he reckons he's played QPR 20 times already, and he's 19 or 20, because obviously you're playing them home and away every year from the age of 7 or 8 upwards. And I think that also was one of the other ideas behind introducing the northern sides. It's a bit of variation for sides. I mean, we'll never have played Huddersfield before in the under-21, so it's just that it's new opposition.
Oh, and Huddersfield have equalised there. Free kick in by Sinner and headed past Bonham at the far post. Good routine work there. It's 1-1 here. 17 minutes gone. Quick reply from Huddersfield.
So they've got a few. They look like they'll be very handy from set pieces. Huddersfield got a few big guys. Big guys at the back there.
They are much bigger than Brentford, and the goal was scored there by Joe Wright. Good delivery by Sinner, it has to be said. But I guess when you've got a team out there in front of a crowd like this, 1,000 there, a few youngsters, what they want to see is goals here today.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
And a few of the mums and dads as well.
Yeah. A 5-all, I think, would suit a fair number of the fans quite well.
There's a few youngsters away to our left trying to get a chant going. Good run here by Huddersfield. This should be 2-1, and it is. They come from behind. 2 quick goals. Good run down the left-hand side there. And an easy goal. Just a yard out, Huddersfield turning it around. 2 goals, literally, in just over a minute.
All looked a bit too easy down that, the way he sort of ghosted in down there, and then I think was it Bojaj who got on the end of it? With
it was Bojaj,
unmarked 5 yards out.
A Polish player. He scored the other night, the number 9.
Second goal for Huddersfield Town, number 9, Bojaj.
It's good work by Philip Billing down the left-hand side, who got the cross in. And he was Johnny on the spot there. Was the pole.
He certainly stands out, Billing.
Yes, he's
probably
he's got the 1970s haircut as well.
Yeah, I think he's a foot taller with Louis Hatton without the hair, I think.
Yeah. It's not quite in the Fellaini class, that hairstyle, but it's not bad. Here's O'Shaughnessy. Sees a run of Green down the left-hand side. Good ball, just a little bit too heavy.
I mean, Aaron played a lot of his football Chelmsford and sort of in the Conference South. He was a winger. He's a winger by nature, and speaking to him, he said he enjoys the fact that he's given so much licence to get forward in the system that Brentford play here.
So it plays it down this right-hand side. That's going to run all the way out for a throw-in, just about a foot from the corner flag. So Brentford with an impressive move, taking the lead through Evans Blake, but Huddersfield have hit back. Goals from Joe Wright on Flo Bojaj. And it's the Terriers 2-1 up. Shot comes in there from the Norwegian, Trostad. Here he is again at the edge of the box. Back to Billing. Oh, Billing. The referee gets in the way there and helps Brentford out.
It's a fairly cosmopolitan side Huddersfield have got.
Yes, yeah. Here comes Sinnott. Will he try a shot, or he's robbed here on this right-hand side? Good tracking back by Clark, and John Terrell got the ball away between, and John Terrell, lovely drop of the shoulders, he's in away. He's got Montel Moore at the far post. He's trying to find Montel Moore, and it takes a ricochet in the end off Oscar Goban and goes behind for another Brentford corner, the third of the afternoon.
And Terrell's little drop of the shoulder there just was so effortless.
Quality.
Didn't even look like he was trying, and just sold Billing completely the wrong way.
You have to say that our first team has got as bright as midfield as anybody in this division, and there are some great teams. Matthew Benham's here on the right hand side. We can see him there.
See Sam Saunders in here as well.
Corner comes it just ahead of O'Shaughnessy, beats everybody. And that was wasted. But you would imagine Matthew Benham must be very happy with things at Brentford. We've more than established ourselves in this division. Our performances are good. We're in a decent position in the league, and I think we've already shown the rest of the division, as well as our own fans, we can go into every single game and compete.
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, you look at the name and the pedigree of some of the sides we've had down here already. And I mean, we made Leeds look very, very poor, convincing win against Reading. So I mean, especially at home, it was fantastic home form last year, and they've just carried it straight into this year. There's no fear. Whoever comes down here, it's a thing of this is Griffin Park. You're going to have to play extraordinarily well to get anything off us down here.
Here's Oiliki on the right hand side. Has he won a corner? He has. Good play from the right back. Over goes Charlie Adam to take this one. Yeah, the form here has been excellent, and so have the crowds. The extra 3,000 we're getting here now to get through that 10,000 barrier, game in, game out, is making a real difference to the acoustics and the atmosphere.
Definitely, yes. And it's not been the easiest to get fans in, obviously, with the quite small away end. I think the home game's been not on general sale. I think Sheffield Wednesday is the first home game this season that will be on general sale. So for your floating fan, it hasn't been the easiest for them to get a ticket so far. And even despite that, you're still looking at 3,000-4,000 extra fans every game on top of season ticket holders.
There's not many away teams who won't sell out. Oh, lovely skills there on the edge of the box. Ball comes back to Adam. Couldn't quite get there. It's fair to say John Terrell is shining in this game. Here's Montel Moore. Goes for goal. Goes for a curler. Just past the far post. 2 yards wide. And Brentford fans appreciated that. Really good crowd away to our left. It's not massively different to a game in the Johnson's Paint on this side sometimes on a cold Tuesday evening in December.
I think it's considerably warmer than most games in the Johnson's Paint Trophy ever are.
We did back in the days. We did get some poor crowds in those games.
But that was just one of those things in the summer, and obviously this week we've been Johnson's Paint Trophy week. When you look at a Johnson's Paint Trophy first round draw and realise Brentford aren't in it.
Yeah. It's taking some getting used to, but I think the fans we're actually just a little bit frustrated these international weekends. We're just not getting our football.
No.
But it's a nice feeling. Nice position to be in. We're getting used to it, and of course we're pleased to bring you this live streaming this afternoon, and there's a good football out there. There's been a few of the regulars who sit around here I've seen, and someone before the game they said, well, it's got me out of doing something at home.
Yeah.
Determined to get the football fixed. So I hope you can see things quite clearly wherever you're watching this around the world. In comes another free kick from Sinnott. Edge of the box, Clark Tries to win this one back. No trouble there for Bonham. 26 minutes gone.
Can you say it's been a fairly even first 26 minutes?
Yeah, just 2 goals in literally a minute from Huddersfield. And Bonham's rushing out here. He's got to clear this one, and he does. And there is the ball glued to the feet you were talking about. Evanks Blake trying to get a second. Promising here for Brentford. Green is free on the far post. The right delivery comes in, and that is a goal kick. He went to deck there on the far side. Clark, I think, just trying to fool the linesman into giving Brentford the corner or a free kick. Nothing given, but a good game here. Still people turning up even now.
No, yeah, you have noticed the odd person still sort of sneaking in. Maybe it's easier to get to Griffin Park for 3 o'clock for a first team game than it is for a development squad game if you've got things to do around the house.
I would use any excuse to get away from doing anything around the house. And normally, after some of my efforts on DIY, people are doing anything to stop me doing anything around the house. That's the trick.
Sent
Make a total mess of the first job.
And then you'll never be asked again.
Exactly.
Just looking around in other football, the ex-Brentford connection at Wycombe are doing well. Sam Wood scored their opener and Paul Hayes has grabbed their second as they're
excellent.
2-0 up away at Morecambe.
Doing very, very well there. Morecambe, one of the fancy teams to do well this year.
And one of the boys who would be out here, Alfie Mawson, getting fantastic reviews up at Wycombe at the moment.
Shot comes in there by the Norwegian Tronstad. No harm there for Jack Bonham. Yeah, getting good reviews. Their defensive record's excellent. A poor clearance there by Bonham. Big Oscar Govan, and there is an offside there. Good pass from Tronstad out to that left-hand side. Just straight offside, literally about half a yard. Good football from Huddersfield.
And I mean that's something, going back to the Alfie Mawson point. That's something that they're very, very keen to encourage here with the under-21s. Is the first year of the under-21s league, the under-21s came third, but there was none. The players were all kept here, all played under-21s football all year, but the academy and Aussie Banji have taken a conscious decision to send the boys out on loan. If it means they're losing under-21s games of football, that doesn't matter to them, because in their view, and personally it's a view I agree with, that Alfie Mawson playing 15 games in League 2 week in, week out is better for his development than playing under-21s football.
Absolutely.
Here.
It's interesting that we talk about Wycombe, and they're just 5-6 years ago. They were a team who were considered better than us, and how it's turned around in a matter of years. And of course they're about to lose their lodgers, aren't
Wasps,
they?
yeah.
Wasps are going to play at the Ricoh Arena. Just hearing the Wasps chief executive on Radio 5 coming to the ground today, talking about Wycombe and the annoyance of some of the season ticket holders at rugby. I mean, if you're used to going 10 miles down the road and then you've got to travel about another 70 miles, it's not really on.
I mean, from a practical point of view, are they still going to be London Wasps in Coventry?
I think they're just going to be called Wasps, as the ball's played down the centre. Oh, good defending there. But the offside flag had gone up. Late run again by Matt Crooks. Nice skills at the back by Shaughnessy.
You can definitely see the two styles in action here. Brentford, you'd say probably 60-65% possession, but Huddersfield looking at that break and looking to get forward quickly when they win the ball.
Well, once again, lovely skills by John Terrell. Nice little back flick into the path of Montel Moore. Just dragged his shot. That's twice he's just dragged his shot either side of the post now. Maybe it'll be third time lucky for him. Also had a curling shot as well, didn't he? Which went just wide.
He's not, Montel's, one thing you'd never say about Montel is he's not afraid to get on the ball and not afraid to try things.
30 minutes gone here. Bright afternoon. Hardly any wind out there today. Nice autumnal conditions.
I think we've been spoilt with the weather. Definitely
it's been
spoilt
mild
with the weather
so far. A long throw going to come in here from Philip Billing. Brentford do manage to clear. It comes back to Carr. Didn't really get good connection, but this could be a third. But he can't quite get there, the pole, Bojaj, and Brentford do manage to clear. Billing again, just beaten to it by Clark. Good work by Clark on the far side. Huddersfield looking confident though, and the ball's played through the middle. Just once again, Crooks is offside. And he looks in frustration at the linesman, but looking down the line, no real excuse.
No, you can see he's desperate. He's desperate to play on that last shoulder, but he's not seeing where the last shoulder is.
But after a bright start from Brentford, Huddersfield are looking in control of this game now. I have to say, Kieran, I don't think it will end up 2-1.
No, I'm not sure that'll be the case either. No,
a few more goals yet.
But it's been a feature of Brentford season this year when they have lost games. It's been quick, very quick conceding of goals. I think they conceded last time out against Sheffield United. They conceded 3 in 8 minutes, conceded 2 in 4 minutes up at Crewe. It's that little bit of professional know-how that when you concede one, you don't go and concede a second straight away.
That's good work on the far side. Referee allowing play to go on despite Huddersfield having a man down on the left-hand side, Will Boyle, but Charlie Adams sportingly played it out. Not sure he really needed to do that.
No, I think the Huddersfield left-back had got up after his injury and Charlie put it out anyway.
So a chance for a water break for some of the players.
There was the under-18s game this morning. Under-18s beat Leeds United 4-1 at Jersey Road. Very similar situation this morning, actually, that Leeds' left-back went down injured. Brentford played on and scored the goal that put them 3-1 ahead. The Leeds players went absolutely mad at the referee for not allowing the game to be stopped.
Well, there's a long shot there by Billing as he scored, just gone past. Bonham was beaten there.
I think that was
that would have counted.
Back.
That would have counted. I think that would have been a case where Brentford would have then been allowed to score up the other end.
Up the other end, yeah.
But Billing, trying to give the ball back, nearly scored. That could have been controversial again. Ball in the box, here's a chance again. Good defending there from the big number 5, Joe Wright.
You could see as that was about 30 yards away from Jack, he suddenly realised this is going over my head.
So another corner for Brentford. And 6 of the afternoon, only 34 minutes gone. Short corner, just like the first team. Shot comes in, just past the near post. Nearly a goal there for Charlie Adams, who looks more than comfortable out there today.
Brentford Academy under-9 squad. They start to make their way to the main stand concourse nearest to the dressing room area. That's a message for the Brentford Academy under-9 squad. They can make their way to the concourse underneath the main stand near to the dressing room areas. Thank you.
The dulcet tones of Mark Chapman there once again. Well, here we are bringing live streaming, and I was reminding Mark just before the game how far removed that is from the day in the 2001-2 season, when we went to Cambridge over the Christmas period, and we were commentating on a mobile phone right in between the Cambridge fans.
I hope
so some very peculiar looks.
I hope you're on contract, not pay as you go that day.
Here's Billing. Billing inside to Danny Carr. Huddersfield stretching the ball nicely. Here's Sinnott. I'd say he looks similar to his dad, just a little bit stockier. Ball chipped down the far side. Given away by Moore. Danny Carr not looking a goal threat this afternoon, particularly comes deep quite often.
You can see it'll be a good test down the left-hand side for Brentford, because Crooks is drifting out over to Huddersfield's right as well, sort of trying to double up on Aaron at stages.
Here's Charlie Adam. Good skills, as you would expect.
With the way that the midfield four play, obviously there's a lot of pressure on them to get back as well as go forward, to give the two full-backs some protection when Huddersfield are on the attack.
Bidding out to the left-hand side. Crooks is onside this side. He's picked it up. They've got bodies in the box. The referee has rightly given the free kick on the far side. Foul there by Kieran Morris. Different spelling of Kieran to yourself.
Yes, I keep the good old Irish way of spelling my name.
Celtic one. So once again, Sinnott will take this one. Jordan Sinnott. And if he'll go for goal. He does indeed, and Bonham does really well. It wasn't the easiest to take there, Kieran.
No, it was very well held. It almost bounced as it reached him. Could easily have spilt off. I think, as you say, Carr was following in. If anything that come off Bonham, Carr's 2 yards out of an open goal, but very well held there by the former Watford goalkeeper.
There's Oyeleke, chipped that one nicely forward, head down, going forward, does really well. Past Billing. Brentford got numbers over here. Needs to play the right ball. He's going to have a shot himself, and it's blocked in the box. Still with the ball. More out to Rao, edge of the box. What can he do? And that's a bit after the Lord Mayor's show there for Oyeleke.
They've done so well to break and get into the box, and
there was been around some time now. With,
I think it was it Christmas 2012 he made his debut?
Yeah, he was chosen in one of the big games by Uvarosa. Didn't quite shine, but obviously had shown enough promise in training. But Mark Warburton has shown great faith in players like Charlie Adam at the end of last season. Was having them on the bench, and it's been great experience for him. And in this standard of football, he just looks so comfortable on the ball, which
he is.
All the viewers can have seen this afternoon.
He's a very, as I say, obviously with his futsal background, he's a very different type of midfielder to what you typically say would be an English midfielder.
Did well there. Did Kieran Morris just stop the ball going through to Crooks again? Big guys up front: Crooks, Bojaj, Billing, Carr, Oscar Goulburn, the man on the ball here. Just looking to make that run. Here is on the right hand side, Carr.
Poor ball in that.
Very poor. Now Terrell, who looks comfortable on the ball. Haven't seen too much of Lewis Hutton this afternoon. Oh, he's lost the ball in the centre there too. Billing, good skills by Billing, but Adams done well to bring the ball away. Referee already blown up for that one as Adam tried to get up quickly and play on.
That was Billing and Adams is definitely a super heavyweight versus a flyweight in there.
Yeah, absolutely. Samson and Goliath. David and Goliath even.
Although Billing could be like Samson.
He could be,
might lose his hair, he might lose his all his...
Referee just having a word in the centre there. But they're all well over 6 foot.
It was an interesting comment Louis made in his pre-match interview, was that he almost said Huddersfield are what you'd expect a Yorkshire side to be, which, looking at these, is what you can see what he means. A big, strong, powerful side.
Well, that's the side we used to go up there and play against, led by Andy Booth up front. Now here's Montel Moore. Good skills on his left-hand side. teasing Sinnott. One trick too many, and he's just pulled Carr back there. The referee's made the right decision, I think. Perhaps just tried to be a little bit too clever at the end there, Kieran.
It's where you just want the simple pass, the simple 10-yard pass off to someone.
Well, 4 minutes to half time.
And you'd say Brentford reacted quite well to that double blow midway through the half.
Yes.
It could be very easy to concede
the
the
goals
third.
were in a short, within 5 minutes of each other. 15 to 20 minute spell. And Brentford have gone close a couple of times since. Now here's Terrell to Adam. Option here for Clark. Oh, no one in the box. No one attacking that one. Played it up there, looking for the run of maybe Montel Moore, but no one made a move.
No, it's a good crossing. Crossing's a good area. That just needed someone, as you say, making
no one attacking,
making that run.
Remember, Beast Player will be back next week for the big game at DW Stadium. Dave Whelan, what's he thinking of Uwe Rosler at the moment? Of course, he wants to get back to the Premiership very quickly. Had a good run at the end of last season. Of course, they had the great scalp of Manchester City as well. Now here's a nice play on the far side by Evans Blake. Charlie Adam nearly breaking through, but although they've been one of the favourites to be up there challenging this year, it's been a really poor start.
It has,
and the crowds are not happy there.
No, you read Wigan's forums, and you see some very similar things been said on there about Uwe perhaps not knowing exactly what his best 11 is. A couple of changes every week. It's clearly Uwe's belief is in the rotation system, which is fine when the team's doing well, but as soon as you get a couple of bad results, all of a sudden it becomes over rotation.
Yes, yeah, we saw that here a lot. In the meantime, Evans Blake once again spinning nicely edge of the box, getting his shot in. Well, if he continues this, I think there's enough of what we've seen there. He'll soon be getting a contract again.
Definitely, you can just see it's that slight level above anything else that's on this pitch.
We're just heading on, route 1 by Huddersfield. It would be kind of ironic if Brentford were to get a result next week which put more pressure on Uwe Rosler. Now, good break on this left-hand side. Greeny's into the box, control of the ball, but very good defending by Sinnott. Very, very good defending. It's Brentford's 8th corner though, Kieran.
I mean, you would be kicking yourself if you're Huddersfield looking at the size matchup if we were to score conventionally from a corner.
They are much bigger. Looking to possibly play the short one, although John Terrell's just been ushered away. Adams drills this one in. Oh, and got there first on the far side. Did O'Shaughnessy, just couldn't get his angles right.
Just glanced rather than placed it.
Excellent opportunity.
It was a good driven ball in, and O'Shaughnessy got in front of his marker, just couldn't get more than a flick onto it.
A minute away from half time now. 45 minutes has gone. Don't think there'll be too much time added on. It's just
can't remember a stoppage really.
A little bit of a stoppage for treatment for Boyle. Montel Moore has gone close 3 times. Is he offside? Surely he's offside. He is offside. Scored that
very good finish though.
Lovely finish. Just dinked it over the keeper. Didn't know he was offside, but yeah, he looks fairly sharp as it is. Probably needs to You can see he's probably carrying a little bit more timber than he likes. He was always a stocky player, but quality footballing, you can see that hasn't gone.
I mean, you can do as much as a footballer who's out of contract and coming back from injury. You can do as much running and as much of your own personal fitness as you want, but it's no substitute for hard training sessions with the team and that getting ready matching day in, day out.
Well, Matthew Crooks is offside again. That's the 4th time he's offside this half. I'm sure Frankie Bunn will be having something to say about that at half-time. You would imagine if there might be a few managers willing to take him on a game-by-game basis.
Definitely.
After his injuries.
He's already shown in the first 45 minutes here that you get the ball into him in the box, he can create.
Well, that is the half-time whistle's gone. Brentford 1, Huddersfield 2. Brentford taking the lead through Sylvain Ebanks-Blake, who we must stress is not on trial for Brentford. We are literally just helping him out with his fitness, but he's led the line well today. Huddersfield hit back with 2 quick goals, all the goals in the first 20 minutes. Half-time, Brentford 1, Huddersfield 2. And we're going to be directed by our producer Sean Ridley on what's happening at half-time. But Kieran, your thoughts on the first 45 minutes?
I mean, it's been a very entertaining half of football. The quality of football has been very good out there. You can see the different styles out there. You've got Huddersfield more sitting on back, looking to play on the counter, getting the ball forward, whereas Brentford probably dominating possession. You've got the 4 tricky, skillful players behind Sylvain. But I think, as we mentioned in commentary earlier, it'd be an absolute shock if it stays 2-1. But Brentford are by no means out of this, although Huddersfield do look good getting forward quickly on that counter-attack. But
the crowd here today is excellent. I mean, good effort by the academy lads to sell a few tickets, but it's kids and parents, and
it's a very young crowd as well, which is always good.
Yeah,
always good.
And the one thing we have picked up in the last season and a half, we've picked up certainly another 2,000 fans from somewhere. Okay, there seem to be. What was the average last season with away fans? Maybe 400 to 500 was the average, apart from the bigger games. Now you're getting 16 to 1,800 there.
You look through the fixture list. I mean, you could probably draw up Blackburn on a Tuesday night and Rotherham as the only two who might,
and possibly Blackpool as well.
And possibly Blackpool as 2 or 3 who might not sell that out without breaking sweat.
But that's a small percentage of in the overall scheme of things, and that's excellent. And of course, when we do move to the bigger stadium at Lionel Road, the capacity will increase. There's no doubt that they will sell out there as well.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I think so far this season you've had Leeds down here who could quite comfortably have sold double, 2,500, 3,000. Fulham, obviously, for the League Cup will bring a lot more. You're going to have Wolves will sell out without breaking sweat. Birmingham, a lot of Charlton, Norwich. The list goes on of clubs who could sell 2,500, 3,000 away tickets if we had the capability to sell those.
Well, we're just going to get Sean Ridley coming. He's just going to borrow your headphones, Kieran. Sean is the media team's new signing in the summer, who's done a lot of the good technical work. He's the man who he syncs the audio with the visual.
Hello.
Good afternoon, Sean.
Good afternoon, Mark.
You're going to tell us about the streaming this afternoon.
Right, well, the stream today is based off the success of the Fans Forum. We stream that out for the first time live, so people from around the world there, because there are Beast fans everywhere, we do get everywhere. We stream that live for the first time so people could tune in, basically. And although we had a few little problems here and there, which we are aware of, it's just something that we need to build on. So we had to get it going first, find out where the problems are, and then we improve it in the future. Much like today, we had some sound problems. Apologies for that, everyone. But we've got the game out. We've got a little scoreboard there going. You might have seen that popping up and such, and me accidentally showing you Al Murray when I shouldn't have done and such. But we're working on it, and we've got the sound problems ironed out for today. So fingers crossed, all will be well from now on.
Well, that's Sean Ridley, as Al Murray would say. Beautiful British name. Good link in there. And your thoughts on the action so far, Sean? A good game this afternoon in front of a lively crowd.
It is a very nice crowd, isn't it? It's and the game is also brilliant. from what I've seen of it, the first sort of 10-15 minutes I was sorting out the issues here and there, but from what I saw, it's been brilliant. And when I jumped back on the camera, because Mark Chapman had to jump in on my behalf while I was fixing the sound issues, so that's why every now and again you got some steps, because I would hand it to Mark, and I fell down a step while doing so. So
I wish we'd seen that, Kieran.
So I'm in a very, very bizarre position today, but the game is pretty good. I'm really enjoying it, and I think, well, overall it's quite a fair result. Could be 2-2, I think. I think we've deserved some more from what we've thrown at goal in the last stages of the first half.
Two different styles of football really going on out there. Brentford, the passing game. Huddersfield, actually would expect Huddersfield that we've known for many years. You know, they will go long ball. They've got big guys up front. Whereas you're often meant to have the clubs playing their traditional style of football, which is easy on the eye. Huddersfield's, I've just always known them as a gritty northern team who would never give you much, and you'd always have to fight for your points. And they're showing that there, Sean. They've got some big guys in their team, and we're in a real battle here. They
are indeed, and you know, it's Brentford seem to be at the moment quite a short side. Even in the first team, we're a fairly short side overall, so it's quite tricky for facing some big lads out there. But I think they're holding their own very well, and the style of football we're playing is actually working very well. A couple of little lapses there which led to the goals, but we've been quite unlucky to not get back into it.
Okay, you're going to give us a little break now?
I am indeed going to give you a little break. We're going to put up an interview with Louis Hutton taken the other day, and we'll be back with you when the second half starts.
Okay.
Indeed, and you know, it's Brentford seem to be at the moment quite a short side. Even in the first team, we're a fairly short side overall, so it's quite tricky for facing some big lads out there. But I think they're holding their own very well, and the style of football we're playing is actually working very well. A couple of little lapses there which led to the goals, but we've been quite unlucky to not get back into it.
Okay, you're going to give us a little break now?
I am indeed going to give you a little break. We're going to put up an interview with Louis Hutton taken the other day, and we'll be back with you when the second half starts.
I mean, we know it wasn't a good result, but we had to bounce back, and hopefully tomorrow, or Saturday, we will bounce back. We'll show that we can win a game and we need to win a game.
And obviously you've got the obviously the international break, you've got some first teamers dropping in as well. Obviously that must help you guys along a bit as well.
No, definitely, yeah. We're not sure which first team is yet, but we can imagine which ones it would normally be. Some of the younger ones, which is good. They've come training with us a lot this week, so it's good to get the partnerships going again, get knowing each other again. It's been good. Look forward to it.
And obviously last year Huddersfield a decent under 21 side, a very good under 18 side. I mean, what sort of game are you expecting, or what sort of game are you preparing for?
I think we're preparing for a tough game. Obviously we'll always focus on ourselves, wanting to dominate the ball and dominate the game. But obviously we've got to be wary of them. They're always going to be a good team. Over the years, since I've played them, since I've been about 9, it's always been a very tough match. So that's what we're expecting.
And obviously for yourself, I mean, most of the other guys will never have played Huddersfield before. So you've sort of been telling them what you're expecting from having played them before?
No, definitely. Well, yeah. When I was younger, I played them. Like I said, I played them since I was about 9 years old. Every year, twice a year. I've got a few friends there who will be playing on the weekend. So, I mean, I'll tell the boys what we expect. I think they know what to expect. So you see Yorkshire Club, it's just similar mould to the Sheffield teams that we played, and it'll be a tough game.
And obviously you're playing at Griffin Park. It's 3 o'clock on a Saturday. I mean, that must be an added boost for you guys.
No, definitely. Yeah, it's just that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to replicate the first team. I think there's quite a few fans bought tickets, or hopefully they'll all come. Hopefully it'll be nice weather as well, and it'll be a good atmosphere. It's a nice change from playing just on the pitch, really. So it'll be good.
And what would it mean to you and the boys if you did get a good fan base here and as you say, a good atmosphere as well?
I think just it adds something completely different to what you know. Normally there's only about 20 people watching. You've got the coaches and stuff which we're there to impress. But when there's a bit of atmosphere, there might be some kids singing. It adds you a lot, and it maybe gives you a boost, especially if they're all supporting us.
And obviously, preparation for hopefully getting out on that pitch is the first thing playing in front of 10,000-12,000.
Yeah, exactly. That's the eventual aim, isn't it? So we've got to get used to it at some point, and we are hoping to do the full days of the first team. So we're going to the hotel before the match and walking over, etc. So it should be good.
And obviously those little bits of preparation. I mean, you've been involved with the first team squad up at Carlisle.
But when there's a bit of atmosphere, there might be some kids singing.
I mean, how much does it help having these preparation days for when it is your first trip away with guys who've been first in preparation for hopefully getting out on that pitch as a first team player in front of 10, 12,000?
Yeah, exactly. That's the eventual aim, isn't it? So we've got to get used to it at some point, and we are hoping to do it all.
So Lou, first and foremost, how's training been going ahead of Saturday's game?
Training's been good, yeah. We've been enjoying it. We've had a bit of a break since the last.
Well, welcome back to the second half of the Under-21 Professional Development League 2 South game. Brentford against Huddersfield. Huddersfield leading 2-1 at the break. 2 quick goals after Brentford had just scored. Excellent first goal from Sylvan Ebanks-Blake, who's playing for us. Not on trial today, we're just helping him get his fitness. But I think he's delighting some of the crowd so far with his skills up front.
He does look very, very dangerous up front. Every time the ball goes into him in the box, you can see his first instinct is, can I turn, can I get a shot off? And more often than not, the answer to that is yes.
Well, the crowd have enjoyed it here at half time. There's been the under-9s just passing the ball around on the pitch. I mean, a little game between two teams out there. In the Braemar Road forecourt, sending a few burgers. With onions, of course.
Substitution at half time, replacing number 1 Jack Bonham is number 23 Mark Smith.
Smith on for Bonham. He's very highly rated, is Mark Smith. Was discovered by Richard Lee, I understand.
Yes, he was he played against us for QPR the last couple of years for their under-18s, and then I think QPR were bringing another keeper in for their under-21s. So Mark was Mark was on the market, so to speak, and he came in and signed a development squad contract here.
That's what I like. You take them from under QPR's nose.
Always the way to do it.
Well, he knew what to do. He's going to a bigger club.
Well, he is actually he's a lifelong Brentford fan himself, even though he's at QPR. He's family or season ticket holders.
Well, not the best start for him there as he's trying to roll the ball out to the far side to Aaron Green, but Green's done really well. A former winger. Gets the ball out to Clark. Clark can show his pace. Look at that speed from Clark. This is promising. Ball played into the box and it's put behind by Will Boyle.
It's another really good ball in.
Yeah. It looked when he took his second touch, it may have been a bit too far, but he knows his pace and he got there with ease. Stopped the ball going over the dead ball line. Brentford win another corner. 9th corner of the afternoon. Shot at the edge of the box. Oh, and that's just over the bar. It took a touch from the keeper on the way, Lloyd Allenson. Well, Leakey nearly catching the keeper out early there. Only 2 minutes into the second half. Yet another corner. John Terrell and Charlie Adams over this one. Here is Adams on the ball. Plays it short into the box. Montel Moore. Adam trying to go down the wing. Montel Moore, good skills, just drops the shoulder. Just again, just try to beat one man too many.
And just
taking out Billing.
Stretched in for that tackle then on Billing.
Unfortunately, hasn't quite happened for Montel this afternoon, who really impressed in friendlies. Particularly at Barnet when he came on, scored a nice goal.
Scored at Dagenham. Well, everyone scored at Dagenham in the League Cup game at Montel. I think it was the 5th he got out of the 6.
That was a crazy night, wasn't it?
So, message for the parents of the Brentford Academy under 9s, if they can make their way to the concourse under the main stand, just pick the squad up and just return them to watch the game. So it's a message for the parents of the Academy under 9 squad, if they can report to the concourse underneath the main stand.
Frustration again for Matt Crooks on the far side. Now here's Clark, shows pace again, but Billing is back there defending. Looks a really good player, Philip Bennett.
Good covering from Billing.
Yeah.
And you look at him on that pitch and he just looks like an athlete.
Glides
Glides
through the pitch as well. It's more on the right hand side. Leakey needs some good quality in the cross. It is a good one, just goes past Ebanks Blake. No one following in, just not enough bodies in the box. What we're seeing in the first team this year is, although we're very reliant on Andre Gray as a goal scorer, the midfielders are almost ending up as attackers themselves, getting forward whenever they can. Huddersfield looking to get a third here. Good block by Brentford, and it breaks through to Smith. Easy for him to clear that one.
It was something a comment Jonathan Douglas made in his Beespair interview with Chris Wickham during the week, was that obviously when you play those 3 in midfield, especially with Alan Judge, who he can trust to sit, he knows if he goes forwards, there's licence for someone to sit in behind him. Just gives him that bit of freedom to go forward. He got 3 goals all last season. He's got 3 already this season.
Absolutely. I mean, when did you really think of Johnny Douglas as a goal threat? But now he is, which is wonderful. And he's in the form of his life. And I wonder if Mr. O'Neill will be having a look at him.
Well, you'd have to think.
And Alan Judge as well.
Him and Alan Judge can't be. I mean, I think Ireland named a 37-man squad for their 2 games. I mean, you can't imagine Alan and Jonathan aren't 38 and 39 almost in that case.
You'd be thinking that the form that they are in, which is absolutely sensational, that they wouldn't be good enough. And how on earth Alan Judge wasn't good enough to be at Blackburn, I don't know. But every Brentford fan will be thinking that's very, very much to our benefit. Brentford have won a foul here on the far side. 49 minutes gone. And Ben Burgess, I understand, is joining Beast Player next week with Billy Reeves up at the DW Stadium.
Well, he covered at the Blackpool game. by all accounts, a very, very good job.
And you're in for another treat after that. The game against Sheffield Wednesday here on Tuesday week. We've got Glenpool, who played in the Andy Scott teams, but could score some spectacular goals. And
about the only man in Brentford history to have his own goal of the season competition.
Yeah, absolutely. He never scored tap-ins. And my favourite, and possibly a few other people as well, the one he got on the volley against Wickham at on Boxing Day. Sadly, we lost 3-1 that day.
That would be my
fantastic
best Glenpool goal.
And I've got an idea that they didn't catch it on the Football League show from memory. I think they only got the goal celebrations, which is a real shame. It was a terrific goal. It was a bit like the old Man United corner routine where they used to play it back to Scholes or Sheringham, and they'd score on the volley, except better. Here is Billing. Billing trying to get on the score sheet himself, gets the ball into the box, and well, quite high up the pitch there was Will Boyle. He just strayed offside and gone behind for a goal kick anyway. You look at the height of Huddersfield up front. Bojaj on the far side. You've got Matthew Crooks, who can switch wings. Billing goes through the centre to help. Oscar Goulburn as well, all over 6 foot.
You can see as well, just from that clearance from Mark Smith, how you had Crooks, Bojaj and Billing all pushing up, trying to stop Brentford playing out.
Well, it's a mistake from the throw there. Nice ball into the centre. Oh, little back free there by Terrell, trying to be a little bit too clever perhaps, finding events break. I wonder if it was a league game, whether he would have actually chosen that option.
I'm not sure he would have.
No.
But if it had come off, everyone would have been saying what a fantastic little pass.
I think maybe just didn't fancy it on his left foot. Not sure why. I've seen him fist the ball around with both feet here, as all fans have done. 52 minutes gone, so fans still coming up from the Bama Road forecourt with their chips and sausages from half-time.
Look very appetising.
I was just thinking the same as you, Kieran, yeah. I think it was when we saw tomato sauce. I was thinking it should be ours. It should be ours. Now, great pace by Clark in on that left-hand side, down to the byline, and he keeps the ball in, does he? Just about. No, it's just gone over. It'll be a goal kick. Great acceleration again.
I mean, what goes through your mind as a left back when you've got Josh Clark running at you?
Well, probably try and take him down early on in the game, let him know you're there. But you know, if you play too close to him, he'll just be past you. Difficult to play against. Once he's matured and got even better control of the football, he could be quite some footballer. He is already, of course, at this level, but he's got to make that step up, Kieran, if he's going to test the first team. Of course, the level they'll be aspiring to now is very different from the level of last season. The whole of the first team's gone up 25%.
I think that's something that they recognise as individuals. They recognise that they do have to make that extra step up, and it's something that's been very much a feature of what Ozzy has said over the last few years, is that for the boys for younger boys coming up, sort of your 14, 15-year-olds, they've always been aiming at Premiership or Championship football. They've never been looking to create a League One footballer. They've looked to create a Championship or Premier League footballer.
Here's Danny Carr. Haven't seen too much of him this afternoon. Ball spread wide. And header away by Shaughnessy. Will he keep this in? He does really well there. Good pace by John Terrell through the centre. Oh, and that's going to be a booking there. That's got to be a booking there for Billing. Terrell was away there. He wanted to take it quickly. The referee wouldn't allow it. He's deceptively quick, John Terrell.
He is.
He's got that casual, as can be with a lot of the continental players. Nice little handshake there with one of the Huddersfield players, but I'm not sure he realises it's not the man who brought him down. That was Billing, who's going into the book. But yeah, he when he needs to put on the afterburners, he can really just ghost past players very, very quickly.
He's another one of those players who looks like he sort of just glides over a football pitch. He never looks like he's especially trying.
It's Charlie Adam, quick feet again. Nice ball into John Terrell. When those two link up, it's very pretty on the eye.
Just
Having said that, he's just giving the ball away. John
just got himself into that little gap there between the defence and midfield, of something he'd be looking to do a bit more as the half goes on.
Yeah. There's a bit of space there for him if he can exploit it. Lovely ball
just
by
there again.
Adam.
He's in that.
Oh, and he strikes play through to Evans Blake, and Evans Blake was pulled back. And will this be another booking? Referees, there were two players involved there, and he's not quite sure which one to who calls the infringement. Brentford take it quickly, play to the far post by John Terrell, looking for Montel Moore, but a bit of a wasted opportunity. But this is good game time for Montel Moore. I think Huddersfield are looking to make a substitution now.
Looks like it could be Carr coming off, perhaps.
Yeah. It's been disappointing this afternoon, Danny Carr. And guess what? He's been replaced by another 6-footer. Surprise, surprise. We'll see who it is in a second. No numbers on the short, so we'll only see when he turns this way. Come back to you with that one in a second. In the meantime, O'Shaughnessy, the substitution is actually Ben Holmes.
Substitution for Huddersfield Town. Number 7, Danny Carr, is replaced by 14, Ben Holmes.
Oh, ball played through the centre. Good defending there. Aaron Green's done well to play that back to Mark Smith. See, Mark Chapman had to wait until he saw the number of the player as well. He's the man doing the Peter Gillam job today. Mark Chapman are doing it well. Here's a nice little flick on by Oscar Goben. That's got to be a foul there, and it is.
O'Shaughnessy just sort of came through the back of him.
Oh, ball played through quickly. He's got to be offside there, surely he is. Flo Bojaj, good 2-3 yards there. And here's O'Leary, he brings it out to Montel Moore. 57 minutes gone. Haven't seen too many opportunities at this half for either team to get on the score sheet.
You would say in terms of possession, Brentford probably shaded the first half. It's much more even second half.
And the referee once again, not the first time this afternoon, gets in the way, and he's got himself out of trouble by giving a free kick to Brentford.
I think he was praying for a slight infringement he could give a free kick for there.
Brentford give it away. Lewis Sutton, the culprit that time. Huddersfield very comfortable at the moment, and referee's playing an advantage on the far side. The linesman's flag's gone up, but here comes Matthew Crooks. Saying, trying to go through into the box, but he's a big fella. And O'Shaughnessy goes in the book this time. So referee not frightened to book players this afternoon. But Huddersfield looking comfortable. I think Frankie Bunn will be pleased with what his team are doing out there at the moment.
They're definitely starting to look like a side who've won their last 4 games.
Yes. Sinnott with the free kick to the far post, and he was looking for that man, Joe Wright again. Of course, got the equaliser for them. Same free kick routine, but just a little bit too heavy. But Wright's back quickly in his defensive position, and Brentford will go from deep. Now here's Charlie Adam. Good pace by Adam. He's looking for an option. tries for goal himself, and a good block comes in. One of the Huddersfield players is down. Is it Goulburn?
Looks like it could work. It's been a fair bit of pain.
Yeah, it's thrashing the leg about. That's always a sign that a player is distressed. Trainer's on the pitch fairly quickly. So while we've got a bit of a break, can you read out the scores elsewhere this afternoon?
Well, none of the international games have kicked off yet, but in League One, it's Bristol City continuing a fantastic start to the season.
Well. Yeah,
2-1 up against Chesterfield. Colchester and Fleetwood is 1-1. Peterborough 3-1 up away at Crawley. Could be a huge win for Crewe at the bottom of the table. 2-1 up at home to Coventry. Scunthorpe, who was the most successful manager in world football at one stage.
Yeah.
Ross Wilcox during the summer there.
Mark Robinson's coming, isn't he?
They're 1-0 up away at Gillingham. It's 1-1 Oldham and Walsall. 3-0 Port Vale against Yeovil, and Leyton Orient are winning 1-0 at Sheffield United.
Nothing personal against Yeovil, but I always think of our trips down the 303 and the fruitless returns.
It's never the easiest ground to get to, and it's an even worse ground to get back to after you've been beaten 3-0.
And you remember the game we were doing there, and we were talking about how bad the pitch was, and there'd been an England under-21 rugby game on the night before, and the pitch was also in the West Country. It looked so similar. I mean, it wasn't a pitch conducive to football.
No.
We never ever went there and played anyway.
No.
So it's just a place I did actually see us win there once in Martin Allen era when Rhodes got the winner in the season where we were pitching the playoffs. But apart from that, we used to go there and put in some awful performances, unfortunately. Huddersfield with the ball forward. Mopping up well, the back is Green, trying to get Evans Blake through. Evans Blake nearly there first. Showed good pace to get past Joe Wilkinson, but
Allison got out just in the nick of time there.
So, and the scores in League Two.
Well, the big University derby has been comfortably won. Cambridge 5, Oxford United 1.
And Oxford took the lead.
Burton have won 2-1 at Northampton. Big win for Burton. Northampton going well this year. Long trip for Dagenham. They're drawing 1-1 away at Accrington. AFC Wimbledon fresh off beating MK Dons for the first time. A 3-1 up at home to Bury.
Bury doing well this season.
Carlisle 2, Stevenage 0. And we've got Exeter 0, Hartlepool 1. That'll be a great trip back for the Hartlepool fans if they win at Exeter. Luton beating Southend 2-0. As we said earlier, Morecambe 1, Wickham 2. 2 ex-Brentford players with the goals there. Newport County 1, York 1. Another hell of a trip that. York to Newport County. Portsmouth a bad run of form at the moment. Then 1-0 down at home to Mansfield. Shrewsbury 2-1 up at home to Cheltenham. And Tranmere 0, Plymouth 1.
Okay. So the Pilgrims doing well up on up at Birkenhead. A good play there by Charlie Adam, just the only man forward. Takes the throw quickly to Rao. A lot of space on the far side to find Green if he wants to. He does via Shaughnessy. Showing his winger's skills. Good ball into the box. Easily defended though by Huddersfield. If you compared the average height of the teams, I would imagine theirs has got to be about 6'2", their average height.
I doubt it you'd be far short of that. And you also, I mean, the free kick about 5 minutes ago that was lofted in. You looked at Crooks, you looked at Bojaj, you looked at Billing, you looked at Goban. They're all a good 6 inches taller than whoever was marking them.
Even Will Boyle, the left back on this near side, he's got to be 6'3".
He's big for. Well, you compare him to Aaron at left back for us, you're probably looking at a 6-7 inches height difference there.
I'm not sure what they're feeding them on up there, but it's scary. And they are just as you remember Huddersfield from years gone by.
Well, Huddersfield always one of those sides. You had to win a battle, and then you had to win a football match.
Resolute team, gritty. Always one of the northern teams who you really wanted to win against.
Can't think of Huddersfield without thinking of the game under Hoover, 2-0 up after 20 minutes. Then Alan Lee rugby tackled Richard Lee into the goal with the ball, and it somehow stood. Which
I reminded it on. He was on the prostate cancer cycle run for he's at Ipswich, of course, and I did remind him of that, and he just laughed, and he said he couldn't believe it was given either. Yeah, and that changed the game. We lost 3-2.
Well, it's always good if a footballer thinks they've got away with one as well.
Yeah, as Johnny Douglas was being fairly honest about on B's Player in the Week. Reading now, there's great pace again by Clark on that far side, and the corner is saved by Sinnott. Well, he moved the ball forward quickly, and Brentford a little bit of head tennis all the way back to Smith.
They calm bit defending that.
Yeah. Good skills from Brentford at the back there. It's a leaky to Moore. Hutton tried to nutmeg Flo Bojaj there. Now Shaughnessy will play out to this left hand side. Good ball out to Moore. More bit of space. Want to show his skills again. Gets a good cross into the far post. No one there for Brentford. Poor clearance. Nearly came to Adam. Here's Hutton. Will he have a go? He doesn't. It dips, and it's a good save by the keeper, Lloyd Allison. Ball was dipping there. Difficult to save. And Brentford have got a corner. This is their 12th of the afternoon.
Did well there, the goalkeeper, because ball was moving all over the place. Struck very well from 30 odd yards out.
Leeds-born lad, Hutton, of course.
By my notes of the second half of the match report, that's the first shot since the 46th minute.
Yeah, it's been a little bit drab. We've won another corner 13 coming up from Brentford.
Obviously, Louis Hutton's was at one stage was an £800,000 14-year-old.
Yeah, that's a bit of pressure. You probably don't quite feel it at that age.
No.
Your parents probably do. Corner drilled in, different routine, trying to find O'Leakey. Good idea there from Charlie Adam. A lot of space here for Green to pick a man out. And a good ball over to this near side for Louis Hutton into Moore. Crowd like that. Oh, Moore just once again, a few too many tricks.
It's another one where he's done the hard part of getting away from the first man. You just want him to do the simple part second.
I think he was doing a little bit of showboating there, and he didn't really need to. All part of the learning curve. Now here's the substitute for Huddersfield. Holmes breaking down the far side, but good defending by Brentford, looking comfortable at the back. And they'll build once again. No long balls from Brentford. That's a good ball by Moore up to Selvans, Avon Blake.
For someone who hasn't played many games in the last sort of 12, 18 months, Blake doesn't look like he's tiring too much as we get sort of 20 minutes to the end of the game.
And here he is on the ball again. He's done well. He's turned, got three defenders around him, finds John Terrell. Ball back over to this near side, looking for Moore. Moore didn't quite read that. If he had done, if he'd read that ball from John Terrell, he'd have been on and in on goal.
Look, you're not sure whether that was meant for Ebanks Blake and overhit, or Terrell saw Moore and expected the run.
I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt that it was a ball that Moore just didn't read.
I think if
Moore, that good a ball.
If Moore had been on the same wavelength, the left back was asleep, so he would have been in.
69 minutes gone, still 2-1 Huddersfield. Here he goes again into the box. Lovely from John Terrell. Can he score from a tight angle? He's put it across. It's going to be another corner 14. That's what we saw him do in the last minute against Reading last week. Of course, we nearly ended up with a spectacular goal at the end there. Going back to Johnny Douglas, he said he was expecting his third goal the third goal for Brentford to be ruled out last week, but hey, we didn't mind. A little bit of generosity I felt there from the officials for once. Oh, ball came all the way over here to O'Shaughnessy. No one picked him up. All the Huddersfield defenders went to the group of Brentford players, but there was O'Shaughnessy staying at the back. He picked his spot, but unfortunately just didn't get it on target. It's going to be a substitute here from Brentford.
Looks like it's Terrell coming on, replacing Josh Clark.
Or is it Josh Clark, or is it going to be Montel Moore? Or Moore's just going to move over to the left-hand side. It's Clark who's going off.
Substitution for Brentford. Sorrel Miller Rodney comes on for Josh Clark.
So Miller Rodney has moved into the centre of midfield. Montel Moore moves over to the left-hand side. Charlie Adams still on this right. John Terrell playing just ahead of the midfield.
I think for people who haven't seen Terrell play before, I think the word combative was invented for Terrell.
Oh, right.
But having said that, he's worked very hard the last 6 months on the ball playing side of his game. He really is a much better footballer than he was never a bad footballer, say that, but he's definitely much more comfortable on the ball than he was. And
in my day, we said he just likes to get stuck in. So let's see what he can do. Can he turn this around? 20 minutes to go. Ball back with Smith here. Hasn't had too much to do in this second half. Still a nice passing game from Brentford. You can see how soft the pitch is there. You can see some deep footprints out there from the players. Oh, nice skills by Green on the far side, cutting infield. That's the first touch this afternoon for Miller Rodney. The skills by the number 7 for Brentford, Charlie Adams once again. Corner number 15 coming in this way from the Bramer Road side. But we're winning the corner count by quite a long
way ahead in the corner count.
Unfortunately, it doesn't count for anything. Will it be the short routine here again? No, I think this one's going to be fired into the box. Morris and O'Shaughnessy are up there. It's played to the far, but it's headed away by Huddersfield, and it'll just run out for a throw on the far side. Kieran Morris just about did a good enough job of shepherding it out. They look comfortable defending though, Huddersfield, has to be said.
Expect a long throw coming here from I thought Daniel O'Shaughnessy was going to launch one into the box.
And Green with it. Miller Rodney gets the ball back to Hutton now. Here's John Terrell, chips it over the top. Taken down by Miller Rodney, he can score here, but good defending. It comes to Evans Blake, again good defending. That time Joe Wright threw his body at it, and Huddersfield managed to survive. 2 opportunities there, Kieran.
Well, very good save firstly from Allenson to deny Miller Rodney, and then brave defending from Wright to snuff out Ebanks Blake's shot from close range. You just see again that little bit of time for Terrell on the ball in the middle, and he can pick that pass.
Well, Brentford fans are going to see a lot more of him before the end of the season. Tabar as well to come in. We haven't seen enough of him. The 3 Spaniards, of course, did play together, including Hotter, with the game against Fulham. But we are blessed with a lot of quality in midfield this season, Kieran.
You look at you forget. I mean, you look at Pritchard, Toumani, Jonathan Douglas, Alan Judge, Hotter, Tabar, Stuart Dallas.
Quite something, yeah. Stuart Dallas to come back in after a small injury. He'll be fighting for his place again soon.
It's interesting with obviously with John. It's that obviously he's come in from Arsenal. It's his first loan spell away from Arsenal. It's taking him time to adapt. And you think back to someone like Tom Adeyemi when he first joined. He didn't play much in his first sort of 2 or 3 months of the club, but then slowly got in, and by sort of January, by the time we played Chelsea in those cup games, he was first name on the team sheet almost.
Good ball at the edge of the box there. Good work by Adam once again. Evans Blake is unsuccessful. Ball's played out to the far side. Will that go out for a throw? It does. Brentford just stepping up the pressure here. 15 minutes to go. A few of the youngsters here have lost their concentration on the football.
Can't have them sitting still for too long.
No. They've had a few sweeties at half time, and now you're seeing the effects. It's been a good atmosphere, good entertainment for the crowd here today. We've enjoyed seeing Brentford's development team. And here is Hutton, who's seen a lot more of the ball in the second half. Chips it forward, and not the best touch there from young Tyrrell Miller-Rodney. And Brentford will look to win it back. Charlie Adam working hard on this near side. There he is again, charging in, but good strength by the Norwegian there, Tronstad. And fouls given there on Oscar Goban. Didn't look too much in it. And once again, Sinnott is there, and he's going to try and test Mark Smith.
You look at the, you'd imagine Sinnott will go for goal here, but you look at the back post, you look at Boyle, you look at Bojaz, you look at Goban, you look at Crooks, you look at Holmes, head and shoulders above anyone else.
Oh, good effort again by Sinnott. He bent it round the wall, but Mark Smith was aware of that one and just palmed it behind four. Only their sixth corner. No hurry to take this one. It's a chip off the old block. Is Sinnott, good player. His dad will be very proud of him, no doubts. Ball's floated in, and Smith has to punch that away. Didn't look too comfortable. Good skills in his box there.
Really well in there.
From Brentford, and Montel Moore can put it into the path of Events Blake. Now here's Green joining the attack. Green cuts infield. Events Blake, edge of the box. Nice skills. Doing well considering he hasn't had that much game time.
That was a good break there by Brentford, but Huddersfield got 6 men back as quick as Brentford could get 4 forward.
They do defend very, very well. Still 2-1. We did promise it wouldn't be the end of the goals, Kieran.
I think I seem to remember one of the last times I commentated with you was Colchester away a couple
Colchester, yeah.
And 2-0 up and a man up after 8 minutes. We promised 6 or 7-0 and we won 3-1, I think.
Yes, we won 3-1. Adeyemi got sent off in that game. There's a man down on the edge of the box here. Yeah, remember that one well. They got one back. Then we had Adeyemi sent off for a second yellow. And then we were hanging on. I think Harley Dean got one right on the death, 90+3 or something like that. And I think we paid a price for all the work we put into that in a 0-0 draw up at Shrewsbury a few days later on a poor pitch. And Shrewsbury were really struggling. I felt that was 2 points gone. And yeah, that's a game we should have seen out very, very easily. And over the tough Christmas break, and ended up turning it into a real battle.
I say that's what you really don't want on Boxing Day when you're playing 2 days later, is a 10 men for 45 minutes in a real end-to-end battle.
Well, ball's played upfield by Huddersfield all the way back to Smith. And Smith drills this one down the centre, easily headed back by Wilkinson. Well done, Hutton. Now here is the classy John Terrell. He's got Green with him there. Green will try and play it back to him. Green into the box, and here's a chance for Adam, edge of the box. Not too many options. He'll go for goal himself. Just takes a deflection. Will come down. Good block by Miller-Rodney. Hutton again goes for goal, and good save by the keeper, Lloyd Allenson. Yet another corner.
Good
corner
strike
number
from Hutton
16.
there. He has got great technique on that to keep it down and get that power through it.
That's twice we've seen him shoot from exactly the same area, and twice the ball has dipped, and twice Lloyd Allison has had to palm it away to right for a corner.
It's fair play to the keeper. He's taking no chances with trying to catch it. It's get it out of the danger area as quick as possible.
Well, they're defending deep. Everyone behind the ball, everyone back defending there. Good skills by John Terrell, but not too many players around him. He's helped out by Charlie Adam. Look at those skills there in the centre. Brilliant. Back to him again. Still with it, and I know what you mean about the ball being glued to his feet. There's a foul there by Matthew Crooks. Two contrasting styles out there today. Brentford take the free kick quickly. Here's Green. Green around the last man into the box. Comes back to John Terrell again. Good ball to Green. Green down to the byline. Chips it back. But, he was looking for Miller Rodney there. Wasn't quite the right delivery.
If we could have just snuck that through, Miller Rodney was about 15 yards out. With
no one near him.
No.
And now they're looking to hit us on the break. But Brentford winning it back in the midfield. Huddersfield had very little to offer the last 20 minutes, Kieran.
No, they had that spell, sort of, or you'd almost say the middle third of the game, either side of half-time, where they got their couple of goals and looked like they were in control of the game. But Brentford have definitely grown back into the game the last 10 to 15 minutes. People like Montel and John Terrell seem to be getting that bit extra space on the ball, which obviously they thrive on, just having that extra second to pick, or extra second to see the pass.
Well, we've seen some good individual displays out there today. Lots for the crowd and hopefully those watching to enjoy. Well, here goes Huddersfield again, edge of the box. They've won another free kick. Oscar Goban brought down once again.
I think Kieran Morris is having more of a go at Daniel O'Shaughnessy than at the referee about that.
Yeah, I think he left himself a bit isolated, and that's why the foul happened. And Will Sinnott fancy this one again. Yeah, it's going to be that man. Will Boyle goes into the wall.
He's worked Smith and Bonham with a fair number of his set pieces. They'll fancy this right on the edge of the.
And they're trying to block the view here of Mark Smith. Two Huddersfield players now. They've run out the way. Sinnott goes for goal. What a save by Smith! Brilliant. Gets down to his left. Saw it very, very late. Quality save there. Huddersfield still dangerous here on the ball edge of the box. Comes back to Billing. Billing just glances the ball into the area. Back down to Goulburn again. Goulburn will go for goal here on his left foot. Weak, easy for Smith. Brilliant save.
That was fantastic save.
Really good.
Great strong hand as well to make sure he got it out of the area.
And he's played this right back into the back of Matthew Crooks, who's dancing around there. I think that hurt.
I think he's warming up for liquid Huddersfield tonight, I think.
I think the referee's going to book him as well. He's going to have to bring play back here. The referee's in danger of a football match starting without him.
Bit of insult to injury there for Crooks.
Yeah, I think he was dancing away. I don't know if the pain was more in the back or the fact that he was just about to get a yellow card. But he got yet another Huddersfield player in the book. So down to the last 7 minutes. Don't forget, a week today, join us on Beast player Billy Reeves and Big Ben Burgess will be bringing you all the action from the DW Stadium. Brentford against Wigan. Or to some, Brentford against Uwe Rosler and Wigan. Here's Green. Good skills from Green. He's looked impressive this afternoon, particularly in the second half. Now, here's Adam. Lovely skills again. A nice little back flick there from Tyrrell Rodney Miller, but it didn't quite come off. Adam, such quick feet out there.
I'm not sure whether you just missed it, but Sylvan Emacs Blake's afternoon has just ended 5 minutes early with Jermaine Udamaga coming on to replace him. Jermaine, former Charlton and Oxford's Oxford scholar, Jermaine.
Here is Montel Moore. Chips the ball through the centre. It was a good idea. And Jermaine Urumaga was just saying, I wanted that short.
Looked like Terrell Miller-Rodney started to make the run in behind. Montel played the ball and Miller-Rodney stopped his run.
Been a lot to like about Charlie Adams this afternoon. Fantastic skills.
He's so unlike what anything else that tends to be produced in English football.
I know what you mean early on when you said it's like the ball's glued to his feet. It has appeared that way all afternoon. Now here's more, a bit of a weak pass out there looking for Oyoliki. The Norwegian Tronstad wins it back for Huddersfield.
First few people starting to drift off, beat the crowds.
I don't know why. Get away from the crowds. No excuse to leaving a development game early when there's only one goal in it. I think it's in some people's DNA just to get up in the 88th minute and go, whatever the score, whatever the competition, they have to go. I'm not sure if they know about the last 2 minutes plus time added on.
Well, you even see, I think it was the Arsenal Champions League qualifier. They were hanging on in the last minute to qualify, and you had half an empty stand of people rushing to get back to the
£30 million game, and yet there's. I think it's all about getting onto the tube there.
Getting onto the.
It's Huddersfield on this left-hand side. Brentford looking to win it back. Be interesting to see how many of these players will be playing for the first team before the end of the season for Huddersfield. Physically, there's no doubts they're ready for Championship
they're
football.
Definitely physically they are there as what you'd imagine would be good, strong Championship players.
Good defending by Brentford. They need to get a late equaliser here, and Moore going for the ball, and right decision there by the referee. Joe Wright did have to hurdle Moore there. The referee was right there, didn't miss that. Right in front of the paddock.
A slightly more
today
subdued paddock.
He won't get any abuse today, the referee, for a decision like that on 87 minutes, a goal behind. Wind it forward a few weeks to a league game, and I'm not so sure.
Right. But speaking about Huddersfield's size, I mean, despite giving away a fair bit of size, you wouldn't have said that Brentford have been outfought or physically out there.
No,
they've stuck up to the test well.
It's just a lack of concentration, those two quick goals. Now, good pace here. And there's got to be a yellow card there for Joe Wright. The referee's going to need a new pen, I think. Another Huddersfield player into the book. That's a shame, because that was a promising attack there at the end of the game. 88 minutes gone.
So you just won that 2 minutes to go. You've just won that one bit of outstanding quality to come into the box now from. Looks like it's Charlie Adams or John Terrell standing over the free kick.
It's Joe Wright surely going into the book here. And I think O'Shaughnessy is saying, you know, that was why did you book me? That was nothing like well, a yellow's a yellow. They don't have grades of yellow, unfortunately. Maybe one day there'll be an in-between card, an orange. Yeah. Here comes the free kick, whipped into the far post. I thought it had beaten the keeper there for a second.
Looked like he'd gone too far.
Exactly, he went. His knees buckled, and I thought he'd lost it in the air. We were saying last week that goalkeepers just don't seem to wear caps anymore.
No, and you'd say, looking at the shadows, that the sun would be coming straight into his eyes.
Yeah.
Eyes down now over the back of the Brook Road stand. Almost took you back to Clayton Donaldson's goal in the first minute against MK Dons last year.
That was a nice little mistake by Lewington, wasn't it, for that game that let him in. His dad, of course, is be featuring on the England bench tomorrow, but alongside Uncle Roy.
who is featuring at the 125th anniversary dinner.
The tickets are gradually selling, so contact Mike Sullivan if you'd like to come along on the night. Of course, it's the day before, it's the Thursday before we play Fulham in Fulham territory. Hurlingham Club, beautiful place. It'll be a great evening. Good guest list lined up. I think Roy Hodgson's involved, Natalie Sawyer, we got Greg Dyke, George Groves, the
Bradley boxing champion Bradley Walsh, former Brentford player, and Coronation Street star and comedian, who his famous line, it's very easy to go from Brentford to comedy.
Mind you, that's old school now. Now we're all good and fantastic football. Some could say it's been fantasy football this season, Kieran. It's been absolutely superb what we've been seeing out there on the pitch. Here's Terrell to Montel Moore, Brentford in the last minute now, looking for a last gasp equaliser. Here's Green chance to cross it into the box, switch his feet, nice ball into the box, and Brentford won another corner at the end with Udumunga. No, they haven't. Here's Adam tight to the wing, gets past this man, great skills by Adam. Can he keep it in? No, he's won a free kick. Unbelievable skills he's shown this afternoon. Wonder how long it will be before we see him back on the bench. He continues to put in performances like this. Here he's back on the ball again from the free kick, gets a great cross in. Deserves someone on the end of that. There's Joe Wright, clears it, picked up by Green.
He had no right to get a cross in from
he's
there.
Whipped it in. It was superb. Wrapped his foot right around it as the ball's played down the far side by Louis Hutton.
One of the things with development squad matches, we don't have a fourth official to tell us how long's remaining.
Well, that's old English football until we had the board go up. If we'd had one of those, Ray Bigger would never have got away with 8 minutes against Notts County back in the days of '92. At least he went down in folklore for it, not for the right reasons. Deep into time added on here. Now Terrell, can he thread the ball through? Oh, here's a great chance for the equaliser. Oh, good save by the keeper. Really unfortunate there. That was the chance indeed, and that was for Terrell Miller-Rodney. He did well, in fairness. Lloyd Allenson came off his line. Great ball through there, and here's Clark again, edge of the box. And it's a chance again. Good block by Huddersfield right on the edge of the box from Udumunga. Now they can break, looking for the third. Crook's going through the centre.
Players on the floor all over the place.
Yeah, it's a bit of a war zone out there at the moment. Montel Moore, referee playing on, and Udumunga would have been offside if he'd gone for that one. What a shame we didn't get the equaliser there.
And again, that was just that little Terrell getting into that little pocket of space where he just had that time. It was a great run by Miller-Rodney, but all credit has to go to Allenson. Without quickly spread himself and. I mean, he made that save about 16.5 yards out.
Yeah, he did.
Flew
off his line. There was the option. He could have just gone round him. And I would imagine he'll be thinking he wish he'd done that now. And there's a few bodies down there, and Udumunga is hurt from trying to get his shot in onto the edge of the box, which was blocked. So 90 minutes is up. The kids are buzzing down there. Don't think we're going to see a pitch invasion though.
No.
But it's been good entertainment this afternoon. The sun shining on the Griffin Park pitch here. It's been good entertainment, nice weather for it. But it looks like Huddersfield are going to grind out their 5th win on the bounce.
And we've got Sam Saunders in the crowd today, which proves it's not just supporters who look for something to do on a Saturday afternoon.
Well, he's over there. He's been in deep discussion with Matthew Benham this afternoon. So brownie points for coming along here. Whilst I think Harley Dean's put on social media is off to Dubai for a few days. Good to see Sam here. Well, of course, he's been going through more rehab, hasn't he? Which he's put on social media has been wearing him out.
Yes, I think he put something up during the week that he's hopeful. The end is in sight in terms of end of the injury problems, and hopefully back to to full training and then contention for the first team in the near future. Sam was so unfortunate last season. He had that unbelievable December, player of the month for December, plays and scores away at Peterborough, and season ends then.
Yeah, he was on the bench towards the end of the season. He was out there in the warm-up and injured himself. Throw comes in. This will be last chance here, and it's headed across, and they'll go wide and they'll play this upfield. That's a bit of a careless clearance there from Huddersfield. Now chance random at the end, and a good block comes in once again there from the central defender, Joe Wright.
He's been very impressive today, Wright.
Good. Brentford have really stepped it up the last 20 minutes. The referee takes another look at his watch. I think we're in our 6 minute of time added on here. Referee's had another look at the watch. Brentford into the box again at the end. Will this be the one? This could be another great save. Unfortunate there. Great save again by Allinson. And the referee does seem to want to play on until Brentford get an equaliser, which we
I think he's playing to the crowd.
Yeah, I think he is. Terrell Miller-Rodney there. Unfortunate yet again. Heard of a couple in the last few minutes. Ball was bouncing around in the box. Right, corner's going to come in. This is corner number 18. This one's drilled in again. Headed to the far post. Will it break to John Terrell? It's cleared upfield. That is the end of the game. And Huddersfield have won by 2-1. But what terrific entertainment. Hatful of corners for Brentford. Number of chances. And the substitute right at the end there. Very unfortunate not getting his name on the score sheet. Terrell Miller-Rodney. But lots to like from the Brentford development team, who are struggling in the league at the moment, but the results will come if they surely carry on playing like that.
Oh, if they put in a performance like that consistently over the next few weeks, they'll have no problem climbing the table. I mean, you'd say the last half hour Huddersfield really had to dig in and grind for that victory. Allinson's made two very good saves from Louis Hutton, made a fantastic save there tonight Terrell, and then right at the death he's made another fine block save. Made 4 excellent saves in the last 20 minutes as Brentford really pushed forward trying to get that equaliser.
Well, thanks for joining us with Brentford's first live stream game here at Griffin Park this afternoon. It's finished Brentford 1, Huddersfield 2. My thanks very much to Kieran Brett for all his help this afternoon, and to Sean Ridley on the technical side as well. Join us back on Bees Player next week from the DW Stadium when Brentford go to take on Wigan. Have a good evening. This afternoon it's finished Brentford 1, Huddersfield 2. My thanks very much to Kieran Brett for all his help this afternoon, and to Sean Ridley on the technical side as well. Join us back on Bees Player next week from the DW Stadium when Brentford go to take on Wigan. Have a good evening.